If you were Quentin Tarantino in the 1990s, after you just made Pulp Fiction, the movie that everyone loved, it got nominated for Oscars, it was the biggest influential movie of all time and still is, imagine being a young dude and saying, what is my next movie? Let's adapt a book. Jackie Brown. The third film written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, and just gonna let you guys know, this, in my opinion, is his worst film. This is it. I just want to go and get that out here before this review starts. If you are offended, I'm sorry, but to me, this is his worst film. It is the non-est Quentin Tarantino movie he's ever done, and the reason why is because he did adapt this book. It is not an original screenplay. He adapted the book, and he's never done that with any of his movies. This is the only one. And this movie stars Pam Grier, who plays Jackie Brown, who is in her mid-40s and is a flight attendant, and she is basically her job is that, but she also does business with Samuel Jackson. He's a gun trade. He trades guns, cocaine, drugs like that. He's a bad dude, whatever. She helps him out by doing this through airlines, by trading it throughout the country and stuff like that. Things go a little bit wrong with Samuel Jackson after his friend Robert De Niro gets out of jail. Things go wrong, and then Jackie Brown has one last chance, basically. She's going to lose her job, and Samuel Jackson's probably going to try to come kill her because he does not trust anyone. Just watch the Chris Tucker scene, that's all I'm going to say. I'm actually not going to spoil this movie just like I did Pulp Fiction because I actually know more people that have not seen this movie than people that actually have seen it. This is his worst movie, in my opinion. Like, again, it's not a bad movie. It is a good, well-acted movie. Let's get the positives. First things first, Pam Grier as Jackie Brown. She's great. She's really good. She's Oscar-worthy. She's that good in this movie. She is really freaking good. And she has a great relationship with Robin Foster, is his name? Yes. That's his name. He plays a bounty guy in this movie, and basically they build a really good romance. And I have to give it up to Quentin Tarantino. He did write great dialogue like he usually does with this relationship between these two. These two actually build a really good relationship, and it's actually the heart and soul of this movie, and I actually kind of like that a lot with this movie. And you like Jackie Brown. She's not like a bad person at all. She's just a woman who's about to lose basically her last job, and this is it. And she's got a chance to get a lot of money, and this is it. And then you got Robin Foster, who she's actually starting to fall in love with. You kind of think, who knows? And then really, he's a bounty guy. He's there to get Samuel Jackson. He's there to take him down, basically. And then you got Robert De Niro, who's just got out of prison, and he's just a freaking psychopath in this movie. But overall, my biggest issue with this movie, Tarantino wasn't right for this movie. I'm going to say it. He's a great director, obviously. He's a great writer, obviously. His dialogue's amazing. But this movie came out on Christmas Day in 1997. Everyone was like, Quentin Tarantino. And then they watched it and they were like, wow, very subdued compared to Pulp Fiction, which made a lot of critics say like they loved it, whatever. For me, watching it, it doesn't feel like Quentin Tarantino. Yes, there's obviously there's great music, editing, stuff like that. But it's just, the story is so smart, not for Tarantino, if that makes any sense. Like, this story it's a heist movie, basically. It's almost like a heist in a setup way. Like, there's more smart turning the mechanical things in this movie that just doesn't feel Tarantino. Which, again, if you take that away, the movie's not, like, bad or anything, but it also is, to me, really boring. And the one biggest thing that I have a biggest criticism with is there are so many tracking shots of people just walking through a mall, just walking. There's a scene where Jackie Brown is literally walking through the mall. There's literally no cuts. It's just a one-shot take. I know he's a huge film buff, and the first shot is a huge ripoff of The Graduate, basically. But Tarantino, there were some scenes you were like, why are we just watching her walk? Why are we watching this person walk? Why are we just zoomed in on her walking? There are just a lot of tracking shots that feel like the pacing, it hurts it. It makes the movie feel slow, and you're just like, can we get to the next scene? And then when there's exciting scenes, then it feels like Tarantino. Like I said, the famous Chris Tucker scene. I love that scene. It's the best scene in the movie. It's the most quotable scene in the entire movie. And then, of course, you get the famous scene with Robert De Niro and the girl walking through the parking lot. That scene is pretty great. Those things feel Tarantino. The rest of this movie feels very much like a different person told it, and it's adapted from a book. Yes, he adapted it. Yes, he had his flair on it. Yes, he made differences in the changes in the book. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying if you watch this movie, you can tell. But overall, the movie's well acted. It's a good story. It makes you want to see what happens, but it is way too long. There's too many tracking shots. Some of the tracking shots feel so unnecessary, and I have to say it, Tarantino, in my opinion, wasn't the director for this movie. He had his flair, but I feel like this story could have been told way differently, and I just don't think Tarantino was the right one to do it. I'm going to give Jackie Brown a B-. So my next review is actually going to be Kill Bill Volume 1. I am very excited about talking about this movie. It's a very interesting topic that I want to talk about. Kill Bill Volume 1 will probably come out tomorrow, I'm hoping. Either tomorrow or the next day. Either way, it'll be very soon. And you guys enjoy this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.